Okay, welcome back to Reality Inspired with Ashley Inspires. I am Ashley Inspires, and I have been feeling less than inspiring as of recent. Back in Pennsylvania, after 16 years of being in New York and LA, and also had a stint in Jersey, and I went back and forth to LA once or twice, and New York once or twice. But we're home, living at home, and I'm sitting on a heating pad because my back is out. And I moved back home because my father passed away, and I just didn't see the reason why I needed to be so far away from my sisters, three of them, my brother, his wife, and my niece, and my mom, and my aunt, and my uncle, and my cousins, and my best friends that I grew up with, that I still talk to all the time, and are still the closest thing to me. So I moved back home. And it's been a lot of reflections, and it hasn't been easy. And pretty much have just released the whole identity of Los Angeles, Ashley. I'm wearing different clothes. I still some similar, but like different style. Like my hair is doing different things. I'm There's been a few times I'm wearing something and I'm like, I would never wear this in Los Angeles. Or I didn't. I had it and I never wore it there. Or I was ready to get rid of it and then thought, oh, I'll need this for home. It's just more casual. It's more like t-shirt and something. I'm not sure. It's just slightly different. And I'm enjoying it, but it's different. I'm not taking the same supplements. I'm eating pretty much whatever I want right now. And that's not usually like me. Usually I have agreements with myself of what I can eat and what I choose not to eat. I have preferences. And these agreements that I talk about in my programming, Becoming Weightless, is that you are agreeing to abide by these rules to exercise your mind, focus your mind and your attention on your well being. Well, during this time of reconnecting with family and food being a huge um, source of comfort for me, I have been leaning into it. They say, addictions, you can have alcohol addictions, you can have food addictions, you can have drug addictions. The hardest one to actually break is food because you actually need food. You can't quit food cold turkey. And my heart goes to anyone suffering from addiction. So coming back here to Pennsylvania has changed a lot about me. And I have been reflecting a lot upon me and who I want to be in this world and who do I want to show up with. And I'm looking at my nails right now because even less than a year ago, I stopped getting polish and acrylic nails. And I was like, my fingernails and toenails have not seen the light of day in years because I just would every 2 weeks go get my nails done. Itchy nose, excuse me. And that was, I feel like that was kind of a shift. We had the fires. I will tell you those fires, the Palisade fires and Altadena fires, all along in the Santa Monica Mountains, the Palisades, and so on. That shifted everything. I knew I didn't want to be in LA anymore. I was already starting to see behind the Oz's curtain and not really wanting to be that into Oz's curtain anymore. I wanted, and what I'm saying is I had dreams of being a Hollywood movie star. I had dreams of being an actress. I have dreams of being in the movies and walking red carpets and having a blockbuster and being a superhero and working with green screens and just making your imagination just go wild with you and creating worlds for you and your brain to play in, and something that lives forever in time, and a collaboration of talented, gifted screenwriters, directors, producers, actors, gaffers, everybody in the union, in the film industry, everybody, editors, everybody it takes to set decorators. I'm thinking of all my friends, musicians, everybody it takes to make and to create something so amazing, such a story capsule in time that lives forever. I live to create that experience. I want more of that in my life. I also have seen that there are a lot of inconsistencies with that lifestyle that I don't want to live. 10 to 15-hour days, losing sleep, sacrificing family time, sacrificing family, not having time to explore your own interests or hobbies or anything because you're too busy being somebody else. The psychological impacts of your body not knowing the difference between your mind, your body and your mind, not knowing the difference between fake and real. Your body doesn't know the difference. Your psyche doesn't know the difference. Your emotional body thinks you are going through it. And you carry that with you. It lives like a memory inside your body, especially if you do not do any kind of energetic healing work, breath work, movement, observation, cleansing, purifying. Your body just doesn't know. Which reminds me, I wanted to sage before I sat down here, but I didn't. Anyway, we got some of this Plasma One Shilajit. So living plasma, Rocky Mountain Shilajit. So this is liquid Shilajit that I am loving. I have bought 5 bottles now since February. Mm. Mm. It tastes earthy, deep minerals, dark, really rich, chocolatey. Some people say it tastes like awful or kind of maybe tarry, but it's really nutrient dense and I love it. I don't even take the same supplements anymore. And that's mostly because I'm taking a financial hit because I haven't been working. I don't, since I'm not at the studio and I'm not working these jobs, seeing my clients that I was regularly seeing, I don't have anybody. And I've put out some business cards, I've made a couple of phone calls and haven't quite received anything yet, but I have a little bit of income now that I haven't received yet because it's that new, but hopefully will open up doors and possibilities and potential for new avenues and streams of income. Because right now I'm living off my mother at 40 years old in Pennsylvania. And I feel blessed and fortunate and grateful that that I have that opportunity, that I have even that much of a potential, a possibility to do so. And I'm I just I also am like ready to go and make my own money and make things happen again. I'm ready to activate, to align with the right work for me, which would be of service, creating a place where we can move together online or in person, both in person, online. We move together. We do conscious conditioning together. We do becoming weightless together. We find fulfillment, gratitude, and appreciation together in community. Community is definitely where I see my attention going in this next evolution, but I also have felt like I've needed this time to settle into myself, to redefine myself, to reconnect with myself. And with redefining myself, I feel like I've let things go. Like I'm eating dairy and ice cream often. not few and far between. I haven't been working out consistently. In fact, I worked out heavy last night, and now I haven't been able to really walk or bend at all today because my pelvis is out of alignment because I decided I could lift heavy yesterday and I have not been training in weeks. So I am in a lot of pain. I'm not in a lot of pain sitting here talking to you. When I try to move, I get in pain. And speaking of, I'll probably take this heating pad off for a moment. I've been going hot and cold back and forth. Saw the chiropractor today. So we are healed and all will be well. All is well. And we just wanted to show up. I know it's been a while since I've done an update. And so I wanted to create this, take the time for it, because we all deserve to have this dialogue. I want to continue this dialogue. I know a lot of you are on the journey with me, and I apologize for my silence. A lot has happened in that. I have a boyfriend now, which I have not had a boyfriend in years, and it's been just a really nice place to settle. Not settle, but like an exhale, like a sigh of relief, because there is a masculine presence that I trust, and it feels nourishing and wholesome and positive in my life. So I'm here for that. And being close to the family and my sisters and my friends and my brother and my niece, everybody, it's so, so amazing. It is so nourishing to my soul. And I know that I'm meant to be here at this time. Everybody's back together again. It is like we're getting everybody in the room together again, like it hasn't been in years. So that feels really awesome and potent. Ow, that somehow hurt me. And we are recognizing behaviors. So I have a sister in New York, in Brooklyn, who we have the same mother. We grew up together. My mom married her dad, and then they had her. And we have so we have different dads. Our moms are the same. Then I have my other two siblings, that one was off in Colorado and one was kind of back and forth, Louisiana, Vegas, and back to Jersey. And the sister in New York goes, so both of your sisters have been homeless. I said, yeah. And she said, and you realize that if you didn't have the mother that we have, you would be homeless. And I was like, oh yeah, interesting. And she goes, and I would never be homeless. And I said, you are absolutely right. You would never be homeless. And she says, and that was kind of it. And I've been thinking about that and reflecting upon that, about how she has this energy, this spirit that is like really decisive, and they know what they want. Me and my other siblings don't necessarily have that. We don't really, we want it to work out. We want it to be good, but we're not really specific on what we want. What do we want it to look like? We want it to look good. What more is that? But we're not really specific or decisive. So we're experiencing this reality molding into our environment instead of maybe bending it, is what I was kind of chatting about before I jumped on here. And the ability to be decisive in your experience that you want is how you create it. But I also feel like there is something that happened to me and my other siblings that we saw through, that there was this system, there was this this weird expectation that society had of you to do these things. And we didn't want to do those things. Like, even my sister, she dropped out of temple and she was like, I remember the day I realized, like, I was like, you can just drop out. I don't have to be here. It's like, yep, you don't have to be here. So we've all kind of done that in our own life, kind of playing by our own rules, kind of DIYing it, which creates a different kind of reality of or a different kind of personality of grit. It's a lot of grit and a lot of compassion and a lot of understanding for the people of the planet. And as my one sister says, different people are different. Different people are different, which is really cute and funny. And I think is a nice thought that it's very true. Different people are different. And people will project upon you what they expect of you or what you should do because of what felt that made them feel good and safe. And then they're you may receive that and accept that and say, oh yeah, you know what, maybe I am a bit of a victim of the reality of, like, oh yeah, just wasn't dealt the right deck of cards, or woe is me, or it's not my fault, or why does this always happen to me? And there's this victim thing that mine didn't ever really it wasn't until I did plant medicine where I was like, why me? It's not fair. And I was like, whoa, where did that come from? I didn't know that girl lived here. And then I actually had been given hints that she does live here, because when I do hypnosis for the first time to figure out why I suffered from migraines, I saw Moaning Myrtle. For those of you who know Harry Potter, you will know who Moaning Myrtle is. She was a ghost in the girls' bathroom at Gryffindor or at Hogwarts. I don't know all the, okay, Harry Potter people, don't come at me. I loved it. I haven't seen it in years now. So, or read it in years. So Moaning Myrtle is woe is me in loathing and, oh, why me? My migraines are straight up like, why me? There's this victim mentality. And I just find it interesting that I know few people in my life, in my circle, and that I have dated that have also been homeless. I'm like, whoa, interesting. I'm like straight up not homeless. Moved from one place to another place, landed safely. My mom has an apartment building. I really lucked out. What if she didn't have a place for me to stay? Then I probably would have bummed it with a friend. That's considered homeless. I have not actually lived on the streets or anything like that. So blessings for that. And I probably wouldn't. It's like, it's an interesting thing because I have had a sister that has lived on the streets. It's like you fall to the level of your expectations, which I have said, but to truly understand that, you really need to look at your shit. And I have just been releasing this old identity of whatever I had shaped and molded into in Los Angeles, to kind of come back to this neutral place. I'm soft. I haven't worked out a long time. I'm not juicing. I'm not eating all organic. I'm not, I actually still try to eat as organic as possible, actually. But there has been some more takeout in my recent days with friends and things that I haven't usually been there, and more meat for sure. But it's from the butcher, which I had always asked for. I was like, if I'm going to eat meat, may it be from the butcher. and I've got that, so that's great. But way more dairy, so much dairy. But I found this like dairy that doesn't seem to have a bad reaction to my body, and definitely like self medicating with food for sure. And yeah, it's I'm like releasing this. It's part of this like shedding of this old identity, because then the pendulum will probably swing to the other side. And I know it's coming where I'm like, I want it, all my agreements. I'm starting my program again. I'm going to do my program. I'm going to do Becoming Weightless. So if you want to join, leave a comment, DM, whatever, find me somehow. It's easy. And let me know, because I want to do this with people. I want to use my own method. My thoughts haven't been super great. My body, I still do a little bit of hypnosis every day, because I know I just need that to like harmonize, but I've not had all my practices in alignment, and I want to get them in check, because I know when they're in check, I'm in check. My energy and my focus is in check. So this is where we are. This is me. I've also been having really awesome experiences. I went to a film festival last weekend in Long Island with my good friend and acting coach. She has directed me, produced me, and taught me how to act. She's wonderful. I've lived with her when I first moved to LA. She's just positively splendid. And I love having her in my corner. So, and it was great to go to the film festival and get kind of back into acting and all in the energetics of acting. Oh, and that was another thing I wanted to bring up here. It's like getting warm, so I'm like, I should be wrapping up. The other thing I wanted to mention about the pursuing this dream of becoming a movie star, which is what I always saw. I was like, I'm becoming a movie star. I got really close to channels that led to this world. And I was like, what is this proverbial door we're all standing behind? What is this? What are we waiting to break? Like, are you breaking in? And then I hear them saying, I sell my soul to the devil. And oh yeah, and the mindset thing. You don't know where the energy is shifting. And now I'm like, I am not making any sense, am I? I got my head about it. So your body doesn't know whether you're acting or not, and you're bringing it home. And talk about the actress who just passed away at 36. I'm like, that was no accident. Something was said, and she became a liability. So then they took her out. I saw that pretty close. And I saw a lot of the suffering, and I saw a lot of the bypassing, and I saw a lot of mm, the darkness that is in that industry. It's not in film industry. It's in Hollywood industry. Film industry, cool people. Everybody wants to get to know you. Let's make some cool stuff. Let's tell some cool stories. Let's collaborate and make it a thing. It's the machine, the man, the Oz that has all the money. Therefore, everyone on a puppet string saying, do this, do that. If you don't, I will blackmail you, take you out, show you, like, tell lies about you. Some of our favorite heroes have been taken out because they have spoken of peace and love and beauty of the earth and have been a light force. And they were like, oh, you're actually giving people hope. We need to off you so that they lose hope, because we can't have these people hopeful and starting to live their own lives and feeling free and liberated. We must keep the machine running. And that's why it's just the select few. It's the select few who decide to make the transaction of, as they say, making a deal with the devil, the Wizard of Oz. It's, you see it throughout all of history. They tell you all about it right in the movies. They're like, look, here it is. But you guys just think we're telling stories. Children, sacrifice. Youthful. Beauty. Drink the Kool-Aid. Yes. Worship to this, whatever this is. I'm just a light bringer, a light lover, a light carrier. And I am just here to seek my own truth, to grow and expand as a human on this planet, to learn. And I've been through my own trials and tribulations. I've slayed my own dragons. I have looked at the depths of my darkness and my shadow. And I have electively chosen to be the living example of this, of life, of living, of not having any regrets, of not, of just being the example of leadership, of overcoming, of living your greatest life. And it's ebbs and flows. And we need to die to the selves we used to be. We need to die to our old selves. We need to cleanse, clean, purify, eliminate, extract, excavate the beliefs, the thoughts, the things, the events that have happened in our life. And we do that through hypnosis and becoming weightless with my conscious conditioning. It's all my work leads together. And it is just the time to step up into your fullest potential, to not be brought down by the systems, to not think that there is any higher power than you. You are it. You are the source. You are the generator. And when you are depleted and running low on energy, then you just become another cog in the wheel. You're not creating your own pathway. And I am here DIYing it. So come DIY it with me. Everything is lovely. Been on ice and heat back and forth all day. Saw the chiropractor. Lifted too heavy at the gym yesterday. I don't remember how much I shared with you at the beginning, but I would like to be more consistent here. I had to let go of my virtual assistant who does a lot of the work, but she was also like really leaning into the AI and I wasn't really loving that. So, it's mostly me. So if everything looks basic, it's because it's just your basic bee here doing basic stuff, but loving you, showing you we're growing and glowing, baby. We're growing and glowing. Let's rise. The ascension is here. We are bringing in the light. And so it is.